Usually during Black Friday, agencies are focused on working on their client campaigns. But what if I shared with you a strategy that you could use to sign more clients during Black Friday that you could end up keeping for a minimum of 3 months, but really as long as you can retain them? 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 12 months, however long you can retain the client for, right? So I'm going to share with you a few strategies that you can use, some that I've used in the past, and one idea that I have that I haven't used, but I think could work very, very well just based on what I see on a daily basis when it comes to helping agencies grow. The first one that I want to introduce you to is something that you can actually use throughout the year. It's not just Black Friday, but Black Friday gives us a great quote unquote excuse for using it. Now, it's called a reoffer. A reoffer, I didn't come up with this concept. It's around. A lot of people use reoffer as a term. The idea is that you already make an offer to somebody. So this strategy is reserved for people that you've already had a sales call with. You have the sales calls with them, you pitch them, you give them an offer, and for some reason, they don't join. Maybe they didn't join your agency because they felt like it was too expensive, or they didn't have the capital at the time, or they felt like they didn't have the time, or whatever that means, or maybe there was another issue. But the point is, the reason that they didn't join is an issue that you can remove, okay? If they had a concern that you could remove from them, this is where we use what's called a reoffer. The reoffer is just as it says. You've made an offer in the past and you're going to go ahead and you're going to make an offer again, but this time you're going to remove the concern that they had initially. So I'll give an example. You have a conversation with somebody, you feel like they're a great fit. At the end of the call, you drop the price and they tell you, you know what? It sounds good, just right now we don't quite have the capital that's necessary to invest. But you feel like they're still a good, they're still qualified for the offer. It's just right now they don't have the cash, their cash flow is low, they don't have the cash to invest, so they don't end up joining. What a reoffer does is you go back to them and say, hey, I know when we spoke before you were interested in getting our help, but you felt like it was a little bit expensive. Well, during Black Friday, I wanted to come ahead and give you this special offer that we're running only for Black Friday for the next 7 days. And this is what we're going to do for you, right? And the thing that you're going to do for them is the reoffer. It's the offering of whatever their concern was previously. So again, if it's a financial concern, you can go ahead and you can offer them a discount. A few different ways that you can do that discount. You can just say to them, hey, you can get 20%, like whatever the figure is that you're happy to do. And that part's up to you. I can't really advise, 20 to 30% is okay for some agencies. For some agencies, they have really strong margins. They could go even further and they can do, for example, the first 3 months on a 40% discount. The idea is that you want to get these people in the door. So you give them a discount, you bring them in for a few months, they get really good results. And then at the end of the initial term, you can increase your retainer or however you usually charge people back up to the rates that you usually charge them. So it's a discounted period. And that's how you would use the reoffer. You go to them and say, hey, this is Black Friday deal. I know when we spoke, you didn't have the capital. For the next 7 days for Black Friday, we're offering a 30% discount on the first 3 months of working with us. Is this something you want more information on, right? Really, really simple. Would you like me to send over more information on this? If they say yes, you just send them over a video that breaks down the details. It breaks down the deal, the offer, etc., etc. The other way that you can do it, especially when it comes to reoffers, because reoffers are typically more personalized, okay? Again, that's strategy one with the reoffer, it's more personalized. Instead of offering them a video, you just say to them, if you reach out and you do the same offer that I just made, but the call to action, instead of, can I send over a video with more information? You just say to them, hey, is this something you'd be interested in? Or can I send over more information on this? They say yes, and you say, great. So best thing for us to do is just get on a call, see if it still makes sense. And if so, I can explain the details. You book them in a 20 to 30 minute call. You review their situation. And if it's a go, if they're happy, you go over the deal. And if that all makes sense for them, then you basically make them an offer and they can join and sign up right there on the spot. Okay, so that's the reoffer. And again, the reoffer is personalized. So it's good to remove any concern that you could remove, such as financial, time, and some of the other parts that I mentioned before. All right. Strategy number 2 is more general. You put this out to the public. Reoffers are more one-to-one. It's you reaching out to people and saying, hey, when we spoke, you had this issue. I want to remove that issue for you so you can take action. Would you like more information? That's what a reoffer is, all right? The second option, again, is more generic, it's more general. What it is, it's a deal, it's a promotion, just like what your companies that you advertise for, if you're running an advertising agency or whatever type of marketing agency, your clients, right? When you go and you run their campaigns, those are more generic. It's one to many, one meaning agency, to many meaning multiple people. So what that means is if you've got a social media following, if you do any type of organic marketing on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, whatever, you can use that. If you've got an email list, you can use that. If you've got a Facebook group or a school community, you can use that as well. And what that means is you're going to go and you're going to put together a deal that you think a lot of people would want to take advantage of. Usually when it comes to Black Friday, people will do a discount. They will say, hey, we've got a 20 to 40% discount on Black Friday. If you sign up this week, you get that discount for the next 3 months or the next 6 months or whatever that term is that you want to do. Okay, so that's how that works. It's similar to the reoffer, but this is more generic. It's more general. It's for everybody. So you want to make it something that applies to everyone. So that's the first thing, okay? You go ahead and you come up with a deal, something that people are going to want to take advantage of, and then you go and you launch that, and then you promote it via your organic marketing content. So you post content about it, you promote it. You can also reach out to people just like you would with a reoffer. Remember, these are two separate strategies and they shouldn't really be run simultaneously. You got to pick and choose between these and the third one that I'll mention. Doing this strategy, as I said, it's one to many. So typically the way you're going to promote it is via social media, but you can also go to people that you've spoken with in the past, people that book sales calls with you, people that attended but didn't buy, and also just people that showed interest, people that showed interest in your cold email campaigns, for example. And what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead, reach out to those people and say, hey, we've got this special deal running right now. Do you want me to send over more information on it? And just as I mentioned on the first strategy, you're going to send over a video, okay? You say, do you want more information? They say yes. You send over a video that explains all of the details. This video is evergreen, which means that it's recorded one time. Again, it's general because it just explains what the offer is. You send it across to them with the call to action that, hey, if you want more information, if you want to see if and how this could work for you, let me know. And we can book in a time to get you more details and see if it would make sense for you to do it, okay? That's the idea, okay? So again, a quick recap. Strategy 1 is a reoffer. It's one-to-one, which means that it's personalized. One-to-one meaning you reach out to a specific individual with a specific offer catered to their concern and their reason for not joining previously. This is good if you've already had a bunch of sales calls, if you've already made a bunch of offers, but you've lost some deals along the way. That is strategy 1, reoffers. Number 2 was the organic general launch, promotion, deal, whatever you want to call it. It's just a standard Black Friday that everybody is running anyway for their clients, but you're going to take the same concept and run it for yourself. So again, social media, organic marketing, push it out there, and you can also do the one-to-one where you message people individually if you feel like they would be a good fit for the offer as well. That is strategy 2. Now, strategy 3 is the one that I've got to put my hands up to and say that I haven't given this a try, but I think it could work really, really well. If you want to give it a try, do it, right? And what this is, it's another way of getting your foot in the door. Now, a lot of companies, we got to look at why people work with agencies in the first place. One of the reasons is because they're really bad at marketing and they don't understand how to do their marketing at all, right? And that's why they go for a marketing agency, because there's a skill gap or there's an experience gap. You come in, you've got the experience, you've got the skill, and you can help them with their marketing strategy because they don't have a strategy. That's why a lot of people, especially the smaller businesses, work with marketing agencies in the first place. So if we want to capitalize on that, what we could do is launch what I'm calling a foot in the door Black Friday offer. The idea of a foot in the door offer is it's an offer that is very low effort for you, but is going to get results for the business. And what you will do is you'll go to them and you will say something as if, hey, I want to run your Black Friday campaigns completely for free. The only thing that I want from you is to get this small commission if it all goes well, all right? So we don't want to work completely for free, but if there's some type of offer, some type of deliverable mechanism that you can use to get them good results at a very, very low effort, then you should do it, all right? And now I want to explain what I mean by this. I don't mean that you should go ahead and launch a full advertising campaign, email marketing, do appointment setting for the client. I don't mean that you should go to that extent. But on the flip side, if I wanted to run an offer like this for you, and let's say that you're an agency that has booked, like you're pretty good at appointment setting, you've booked maybe 100, 200, maybe even 300 calls over the past year. What I could do is I could run an offer and say that I will contact all of your leads for free, and the only thing that I want is a 5 to 10% commission if you close the deals. And what I would do is I would go to your list, I would say, hey, we're running Black Friday. I would use one of the strategy 1 or strategy 2 that I just went through with you. And I would say, hey, we're launching this Black Friday deal. Would you like more information on it? And if they say yes, then I pass it on to you and you can go and close the deal, okay? The idea is that I'm taking something that's very low effort. I could go ahead and reach out to 100 to 300 people that are on your database within a matter of days. And I could do that very, very easily. I just make sure that I have a team to do it. And I could do that very easily. Or I could use automations, email lists, SMS messages, pretty much everything that I would do for a reoffer, I can go and do, and I can just launch this to your database. So what this would look like in actuality, because I'm explaining it as an example if I were to launch it for you, a marketing agency. But let's say that you work with, so I'll list out a few different niches. Let's say that you work with dentists, all right? You can go ahead and you can go to dentists and say, hey, I want to run, you can obviously word this a lot better, but you say, hey, if you don't have a Black Friday campaign already set up, I would like to run it completely for free. The only thing that I want from you, there's going to be no startup costs whatsoever, but every cosmetic dental patient that I get you, just give us 10%, all right? Or give us a commission, and then you can speak about the details on the call. But that's the idea of the deal. You charge nothing up front. You only charge based on the results that you're getting. It's a foot in the door, it's low effort, it's easy to do. In this scenario, you would go to their email list or their SMS list or whatever it is, and you would just do that. You would send them SMS, you would send them emails, you could potentially run their social media over the period of Black Friday. It's just a big boost for Black Friday, all right? And I need to stress the fact that this is supposed to be low effort. If I was working with construction companies or home improvement companies, I could get their lists and I can run a database reactivation campaign. I can send a text message to every single person on the list, or make a phone call or send an email and give them a special deal. If they're a home improvement company that do kitchens, maybe for Black Friday, we're giving them 20% off on a kitchen that must get the job started before the end of the year. Maybe that's one of the parts of the deal, okay? Essentially, the best way to do this foot in the door offer is a database reactivation of some sort, usually, but you may be able to find a way to otherwise launch one of these offers. But the idea is you charge, again, nothing up front, there's no setup fees, you only get paid on the results. Now, I say that I haven't launched this personally myself. However, a lot of agencies do a performance-based deal. Why not use Black Friday to get that quote-unquote foot in the door for businesses that don't yet have a strategy in place? Now, I do need to add a little caveat to say that this isn't going to work for every niche. You know, if you're working with e-commerce brands, good brands already have a Black Friday strategy and they're already implementing it. It's probably not going to work for them. It's too late. If you had launched this maybe a month or two ago and said, hey, we will run your Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaigns for free, it probably could have worked. But right now, because I'm uploading this today on the 19th of November, if you're doing it between now and Black Friday, you can use it to the smaller businesses and the niches that just typically don't have a very good marketing strategy already. Again, home improvement, construction, dentists, there's a whole bunch, to be honest with you. There's a whole bunch out there, just the smaller companies that don't already have a Black Friday, Cyber Monday campaign running. They would be great for this strategy, okay? So hopefully this has been valuable. If you want my specific personalized advice, just shoot me a message on Facebook or Instagram. I'll post that in the description below, and I'll tell you what I would recommend for your specific situation, completely free. Like, just send me the message, say, hey Reece, which strategy do you recommend? Tell me a little bit about yourself, and I'll tell you which one of these I would actually recommend for your situation, because this video is quite generic. It's quite general. It has to be, because it's going out to the whole internet, right? But look, if you're an agency owner that's looking for a more consistent and predictable flow of clients for your agency, and you would like to work with me one-on-one, click the first link in the description below. It's a website that tells you more about how I work, how you can potentially work with me one-on-one, the results that I've helped others to achieve. If you want the details, click the first link. If not, it's completely fine. Just click the subscribe button instead. I do upload these videos pretty frequently, so watch them, take action, get results, and ultimately grow your agency. So yeah, aside from that, I hope you found value, and I'll see you again in the next one.